We're at the historic Smith family farm in Palmyra. We're gonna take a tour of the original log house, their upgraded house, the sacred grove, the temple, a few other landmarks, the E.B. Grandin building. Here's the sacred grove.
That's exactly how it looks in the videos, the church videos.
Do you know some of the trees in this grove are 200 years old? That means some of the trees in this grove were here when Joseph Smith came and prayed. Also, how old was Joseph Smith when he came into the grove?
14.
And who's 14? So basically this guy, somebody of his age, walked into this grove of trees, praying to know he's standing before God, and had the first vision. Sammy, this is where Angel Moroni appeared. This is the log house when they first purchased the property. They built this little house, 9 kids. Lucy Mack Smith, Joseph Smith Sr. living there. Notable things that happened here: Joseph Smith read James 1:5, walked to the sacred grove behind and prayed. Also, a few years later, upstairs, he was praying and Angel Moroni appeared to him.
This is on the way to becoming one of my new favorite days of the trip.
Oh. They built the temple on the Smith family farm property. Now we're going to the big house. Are you ready to see the original frame house? This one is not a replication. Alvin Smith built it before he passed away. He built most of it. Lift him up, Max. 14-year-old boy hefts him up, no problem. 60 pounds. So the plates were 60 pounds approximately. And over here, this is the original fireplace where he dug out and hid the gold plates under there. That's amazing, huh? Mm-hmm. These are the original walls. Was it hard to lift the plates? Mm-hmm. Nah, you had it. Except those ones were only 40 pounds. The original were 60. This is the cooper shop. Joseph Smith Sr. was a cooper. He made barrels, taught his sons how to do woodworking and stuff. What's significant about this cooper shop?
This is where he hid the plates, and he made a little like fake out for the people who are looking for them, and just put the box only, but not the plate. So they lifted it up.
Onto the boards.
Yeah, you found the box, but then they opened it and nothing was there. But they never looked up, and the plates were hiding right there.
Put them in the loft instead, huh?
Never even looked up, and they were just right there.
Also, one of the barrels, probably one of the ones they made when they were transporting the plates. They put them in the bottom.
Yeah, in the bottom of the beans.
Barrel of beans. Ella found a frog. This is the first you found a frog in Niagara Falls. Now you found a frog here on Joseph Smith's farm.
It's not moving. The frog. Frog.
What's been the most interesting thing that you learned from the sister missionaries, or just whatever? The most interesting that you've learned, or most cool thing that you saw?
That a guy went down a barrel in Niagara Falls.
Bro, we're talking about Joseph Smith on this farm.
I really liked how they hit him in the cooper shop in the rafters, but they never even looked up once.
I like the house the house behind us.
Frame house.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Carson? What'd you like?
The Sacred Grove.
Why do you like that?
It was just peaceful.
Show me the leaves that you picked. Carson got that little leaf. What'd you guys get? Did you get a good leaf? Let me see what you got.
I lost my 2 favorites. They got
Nice. This temple was dedicated April 6th, 2000. It was the first temple dedication that was broadcast. Your mom and I watched it. We were teenagers then. That was 170 years after the church was organized. There was 34 temples dedicated that year. So this was the era of building smaller temples and faster. This one was one of the smallest temples in the world, only 10,000 square feet. Instead of stained glass, it has clear glass, so they have a direct view of the sacred grove from the celestial room, which is pretty cool, right over here.
A step on a temple made for God by man. Today you'll find no sign of what I ever was. The very spot where Jesus placed his feet from heaven up above. I am a rock.
Right now we're currently hiking the hill Cumorah, which is where Joseph Smith found the original Golden Book of Mormon and met Angel Moroni.
We're trying to find the stump that he originally hit him when he acquired them, and they're looking for the rock.
Yeah.
In 1935, they built this monument to the Angel Moroni. We're gonna see
frog.
up at the
I
top.
found another one.
What?
I found another frog.
Another one?
How are you finding so many frogs?
Third frog I found.
Bro, you're a frog finder.
I
You
think
found-
now I need a frog.
You found one at Niagara Falls,
That was
one
the
at the
biggest
Smith frame house,
one.
and one at the hill Cumorah.
That's crazy.
I am a stone that once covered a box that held some precious gold, a sword and some clear rocks. And now leaves shade my sun and cover me yellow in the fall. And today no one knows I was anything at all. I am a stone that once covered a box.
We are at the E.B. Grandin Printshop, where the Book of Mormon was first published.
Science. How many times do you think they had to pull on this handle right here to do all 5,000 copies?
This is where they bound the books. These are the original paintings. You can see the brushstrokes from the side. You can even see his breath right there. This is the original painting as well, and the author put himself in there. He's the old guy with the staff. Another original copy of the Book of Mormon. This one is one of the actually original 500. This is the original floor, and when they were taking up the other floors on top of it from the stores after, they found a bunch of the types at about 300 pieces that had slipped between the cracks that was used for the original printing of the Book of Mormon.
I am a book lying by your bed, 1,000 years of history that many people lived. If you only knew the price that has been paid, so you could pick me up and hold me in your hands today.
This is called the Four Corners. It's the only corner in the United States that has 4 different churches on 4 different corners. And that kind of signifies all of the religious contention at the time when Joseph Smith lived here, actually. Do you guys remember how Alvin Smith passed away?
Tumor
thought
of
his
the
appendix
thing-
burst.
No,
the appendix burst.
Yep.
And the mercury from the medicine that they gave him.
Yeah, too much
put a
medicine.
poison in him.
He was engaged, that's why he was building the frame house, was for him and his bride.
And then he died.
This is his burial spot. Very close to the Four Corner Church place, which is right over there. You can't see it through the trees, but really there's nothing else here. There's only one other person buried, and that's the person who founded Palmyra. This is Martin Harris's farm he mortgaged to print the first 5,000 copies of the Book of Mormon. He never actually recouped his money. The copies of the Book of Mormon didn't sell, so he ended up having to sell a big chunk of the land to pay the mortgage off. Martin Harris never denied his testimony, held through to the end, said that he saw the plates with his own eyes, saw the Urim and Thummim, and that an angel had showed it to him, even though he lost that land. That's the Erie Canal. Whee! This is the famous Erie Canal.
The famous one?
And we found this cool little ice cream shop. What are you doing down there, Max? Where all the locals go is nice. Frozen custard. Max is walking everywhere but the sidewalk.
We're already almost done.
Hey, how is it? Is it good?
Very good. Good.
Custard.
You could say it's
So long, custard place.
When I wake and the sun is coming through, boy, you fill my lungs.
We're at Harmony, Pennsylvania, the site of Joseph and Emma Smith's farm, and also the site of Priesthood restorations.
This is where Emma Hell was born, at this house. This is her parents' house, right there. And in fact, they lived there while Joseph and Emma lived down the road. We'll see that house next. And there's a deer right there. Oh wow, look at the deer. And there's a little baby one behind it. I think that's why she's looking at us. She wants to make sure her little fawn is safe.
Israel, Israel, God is calling me from lands of woe. Babylon the great is falling. God shall all her towers o'erthrow.
So this is the house where Emma and Joseph lived. This was the first place they lived alone without other people. This is where the Book of Mormon was first translated. Emma was the first scribe. Martin Harris came down, helped finish the first 116 pages. And he left with those pages right after Emma's gave birth to their first child. The baby died. And the baby's actually buried over there. And then Emma's brother, he helped scribe. And then Samuel, Joseph Smith's brother, he came down, he helped scribe. And he helped take care of the 13 acres over here. So that Joseph and then Oliver Cowdery, who did most of the work, helped scribe right through that door. That's where they did 80 to 90% of the Book of Mormon was translated there. Is there anything else you guys learned? The house is not original. Some of these stones are original, and when they excavated, they found this iron kind of swinging arm thing over the fire that they think that Emma would have used when she was cooking. It was down in the ground when they excavated to reconstruct this. Also, I forgot to say, when they were translating the Book of Mormon, they read about the manner of baptism and authority, and they weren't sure what that was, so they walked over here. We're gonna go to what's called the sugar bush, and they prayed in these woods. We're gonna go to that next. So somewhere in these woods, Joseph and Oliver knelt down and prayed, and John the Baptist appeared, gave them the authority to baptize. From there, they walked over to the Susquehanna River and baptized each other. And when they came out of the water, they were filled with the Holy Spirit and were prophesying. So this is sometimes referred to as the second sacred grove. Pretty special filling here. We're all alone. Nobody else is here.
Israel, Israel, God is speaking. Hear your great deliverer's voice.
This is where Joseph and Emma's first son. I don't think they ever named him. He died an hour after birth in the home we were just at. This is where he was buried, just a couple blocks away. And then Emma Smith's parents were buried over here. Elizabeth and Isaac Hell. We're walking to the Susquehanna River where Joseph and Oliver baptized each other. Joseph and Emma's property was 13 acres, and the property line came all the way to the middle of the river, so they would have walked, maybe not this exact trail, but they would have walked over to the river on their property and baptized each other.